So what everybody do this week?
So, I mean, nothing incredibly interesting. I took some days off of streaming to make some extra videos for our podcast channel. And I bought a plant. Well, no, I didn't buy a plant. I exchanged it because the fucking one they gave me died. It wasn't my fault.
Took Ashley to the hospital and then been fucking with her all week about how she should just buy a walker to help her get around the house.
I will pitch in and buy tennis balls for you.
Yes. She will not do it. Me and her dad are both like, a walker would be good. And she's like, I'm not that old. I'm not going to happen.
Get a scooter, man.
She probably couldn't even use that damn thing.
Or like one of those knee bikes, you know what I mean? That's got a little bike and it has a pad on it.
That's how I got my name.
Oh, because you got an injury?
Yep.
What happened?
I was doing playing rugby or whatever. First one and only time I've ever played rugby in my life, and I'll never do it again because it's a lasting impression on me. So apparently in rugby, there's a thing where you got to like throw somebody up in the air. If it goes out of bounds or whatever. I don't fucking know. Well, I was the small fry of the group, so they yeeted me up. And when I came down on my ankle, and it goes, and just, ankle goes out on me. And I'm like, all right, cool, young, whatever. And I keep running, and then I find the only fucking hole in that field, and same ankle, the body goes forward, my ankle stays where it's at. So I'm like, I'm done. I quit.
So you, twisted it?
Yeah. Well, it literally gave out. So, it rotated outward.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I got you. Like a whole ass twist.
Yeah. So, I went home, woke up in excruciating pain about 4 hours later. Had all the colors of the rainbow on my ankle. Went to the hospital and they're like, oh yeah, you sprained your ankle really well. And they're like, oh, and by the way, you also chipped a piece of your ankle bone and it's sitting in the socket. I was like, okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on crutches for, fucking a month. And then they're like, yeah, you're good to go. So I'm sitting there like just doing all the things. Like I didn't go to physical therapy, nothing. They're just like, you're good to go. I could be walking in combat boots and I would roll my fucking ankle like it was no tomorrow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude.
I kept going back saying, hey, something wrong. They're like, yeah, go to physical therapy. So I go to physical therapy and the physical therapist said, I can't help you. He's like, there's nothing I can do to fix you. So I just quit going to physical therapy and I'd go back and be like, hey, physical therapy said this. And they're like, no, you got to finish physical therapy before we can do anything. Right? Jesus. And I'm like, I was like, if what this motherfucker is telling me that you can't, like, he can't do nothing for me, shouldn't we do something else? And they're like, no, you got to finish physical therapy. Well, fuck you then. So I go through a deployment, all the things, and it was on my deployment. I love Army docs, by the way. Shout out to UAG. And this is where I will shout him out. This dude was an Army orthopedist. And I happened to see him, and he said, you have at least 2 torn ligaments in your ankle. Did a big old write-up, got back, and they finally got me an MRI. Turns out I had 3 torn ligaments in that ankle, and they called me, and they said, how can you walk? I said, 1 foot in front of the fucking other. Same I've been doing for the past 3 years. So, finally got surgery, but they gave me one of the knee walkers, and I happened to be on that knee walker when 3 customs planes came down. And I was the only customs guy at work that day. So the wing commander called me Scooter.
So you were, I'm just picturing you were scooting around from plane to plane.
Oh yeah, bro.
Doing customs inspections.
I was legit rolling all over that fucking flight line.
I mean, that's pretty legit. The dude's looking out going, who is this motherfucker right here? And they're like, give me your slips.
Hey, bro, I was sitting there. I'm going through one or whatever, and I'm on the nose of one of the B-52s. I just get done with the inspection of the bags, and I hear Scooter, and it's a fucking wing commander trying to get me to go to one of the other ones, and it's stuck.
Well, we've learned something new.
Army doctors are not good.
He was an Army orthopedist. Like literally, it says Scooter on the back of the shirt right here.
He's the one doc that paid
My jersey.
attention in medical school.
Yeah,
Facts.
one.
Didn't graduate with a C-.
I have pictures of I twisted my ankle that same way, exact way you're describing. All different colors, swolled up, real bad. I can't find them, but I did find pictures of the X-rays when the rod in my leg broke. If you want to see that,
You found those?
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I want to see that, but I don't want to see the outline of your dick.
No, it's not in. It's not
Okay,
in.
good.
It's not in view.
So,
All right, hold on.
oh,
All
Jesus,
that, all
dude.
yeah,
all the
Debris.
shiny around it, that is bone and bullet fragments that they had to leave in my leg, and they're still there.
Holy shit. Can you make that, can you zoom in on that a little bit? Oh my god, dude. That rod is...
Jesus.
Okay, so now I understand, the rod goes through the bone.
Yeah.
It's a thin rod, so you still have bone, but that thing just fucking snapped in half.
Yeah, right where I was missing about an inch of femur.
Well, let me ask you a serious question. Is that your under cheek right there, that little crease?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's half cake.
Rebel's got some cakes, man.
It's like, girl, you about to get this dick.
I mean, this right here, possibly, I'm not going to say it is, but it could possibly be the outline
It's misshapen.
of the
it's
D,
not. It can't
but
be. It's
No
misshapen.
shot in hell it is.
That
No,
is,
that's,
yeah.
it's probably hair.
It's just, it's probably muscle is what it is. Muscle.
Yeah, this
Damn,
one right
dude.
here is I can feel it under the skin.
It's that
Crazy.
exact chunk.
I feel like it is.
Good God.
This one right
man.
here, this one actually came out and it was a corkscrew.
Like a shard?
Yeah. It was the copper jacket.
Oh, no
Brass.
shit.
Copper.
Oh, look, all right, Rebel. Even if the outline was in this X-ray, it says sizes are approximate, so
This is true.
it wouldn't be true to
that's like
size.
It's very.
I've got a sexy pelvis though. Let's point that out. Okay.
I mean,
I'm done.
If pelvises were, I wouldn't know how to rate them from a scale, but I'm gonna just learning and seeing this now. I'm gonna give you an 8. It's pretty high.
I just doxed myself too.
Oh,
He's got some artificial
didn't
help
dox
though,
anything,
so
man.
I would give that about a 7.
wait, was your address on there?
No, my full name.
That's not a big deal, man.
Now I can dox him.
That ain't gonna hurt you. You know what? All these apps that we have do a good job of doxing you for you, anyways. So, you know what I've
This is
noticed?
true.
I go onto Facebook, right? And I'm friends with a handful of people that I know that are on Facebook that stream as well. That if I know somebody that I've streamed or I know that's a friend of mine that I stream with, and I'll probably friend them on Facebook because ain't nothing different there than really what I do normally. But I get suggested friends of people that are in the streaming sphere because their pictures there, and I'm like, how is this given to me? Why? And they have no mutuals with on Facebook, right? So I'll click on it and be like, who's okay? I click on it and their friends list isn't friends with any of the I don't know, who was it, 2 or 3 people I think I'm friends with on Facebook that also stream, that I know from streaming. So if you're out there, you got a Facebook, and I know you, I'll probably friend you back. If you send me one. But
Yeah, I don't
There's people
do Facebook anymore.
Yeah, there's people that are in the streaming sphere that recommended to me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Am I being recommended to them too? You know, I
haven't seen that one yet.
Because I know you
and
and
I don't pay attention. Yeah.
You and I are friends on there, but like, I get recommended people that I, you know, it gives me their name and shit and everything. So, not that I'm gonna do anything with it. I just thought it was an odd thing that how these apps are like talking to each other.
All right. So, but with that though, do they have a Facebook gaming account that you follow?
No, it's a personal account.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you follow that said person's Facebook gaming account?
No, I follow one Facebook gaming account from someone I used to work with that I know streamed on Facebook, and that's it. That's the only Facebook gaming page that I follow. That's why it's weird. Like, how is this happening? So,
I mean, this is why Facebook has a lawsuit. Let's be real.
Yeah, there's at least 3 people that I could tell you that I know I've met through streaming. That I follow them on other on other socials like Twitter or Twitch or whatever. But I don't have them on Facebook, but they're being recommended to me. It's really strange.
I think it's your phone because they both of the apps can they have permissions to look at your contacts.
Yeah.
So I think like they both it's through the contacts that they're.
Well, the other thing too, like the only contacts I have are like 3 of you, Cam, Ash, pretty much that. Well, and Guns. That's pretty much it that I have like for my actual phone number. You know.
All right, so Cam wants to see this again so she can tell us about her hip surgery.
Yes, put a yeah. If you're good with that, bro.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't have a blur option, so but it's just your.
I just zoomed it out.
Oh, there you go. Kick butt. How are you doing?
I can't see chat with it up though.
Kick butt said hi, chat. Ham said no. I want to say something about my surgery on my hip.
I'll have to show you the picture of my broken wrist.
Oh yeah, you have that?
Yeah, I do. I have a picture of it with the pins sticking out after they did surgery.
Ew.
I have somewhere too. Down here on the knee, there's screws. That one was broken.
Gross. It's not an X-ray. It's an actual picture of it. I have an X-ray somewhere. I don't remember where. Matter of fact, I bet you I have it in my phone.
That's crazy to me that's fragments. So was it a Full Metal Jacket? Like
a hollow point.
It was a hollow point?
Hollow point.
Yeah.
That's what a hollow point does when it goes in the body.
Ammo. Yeah, ball ammo I thought would just lodge in there and maybe be a glob if it hit something hard enough.
It was 38 special and it shattered the moment it hit my femur. It shattered my femur and the bullet, obviously.
I mean, the good thing is you got enough cakes there to stop those fragments from traveling further, you know?
Oh, and I know it's this one because of where it's located on the body too. It's either this one or this one. It's probably this one.
Can you feel them like if you through the skin? You know, like if you push in.
So
yeah.
Cam said, okay, see where the ball joint going into the socket. That's the biggest problem I had. There's shading on the socket is the cartilage in the socket. I don't have any cartilage.
So basically it's just bone on bone.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's what she said.
Tummy sticks.
Now mine is put back together, so it's all one piece again. But now it looks like a medieval mace because it's bone spurs like crazy coming out of it. I overdid it with the calcium.
Oof.
Because this time it broke because it didn't heal to the rod like it was supposed to. The bone didn't heal to the rod. It healed to the scar tissue around the rod.
Oh yeah.
So they said I got slammed by a MMA fighter. That's what broke the rod. I just landed and I could feel my leg bend.
So you broke the bone again?
No, the bone was already, it never healed.
It wasn't healed
to
together.
No, it was healed to the scar tissue, not to the rod, so it could fuse back together. They said I could have been walking down the street eventually. That rod was going to break because it's not meant to hold my weight for that long.
Oh.
They had to use artificial cartilage to fill in after repairing the ball joint and socket.
Yeah. Ugh. It's like a silicone or something, isn't it?
That's yummy.
Something that doesn't like absorb. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Jay made it. Hello, Jay. I gotta ask, Jay, in your emote there, are you doing push-ups or what are you doing there?
You don't want to know.
That's a twerk. That's the Tina dance from Bob's Burgers.
I don't know if it's twerking or he's like pumping away at something.
Nah, he's telling his wife.
Say, girl, you about to get this dick.
Let me see.
And she's like,
my asshole is in danger.
All right.
All I'm saying is,
I want to see my U-shaped wrist.
Yeah, let's look at that. Oh, I definitely look at that.
Gross.
I kind of don't.
Yeah, you kind of don't.
I want to.
I'm all about me. I'm all about it.
Hurt me.
All right. Cringe. I don't know. Cringe warning.
Disclaimer.
Oh yeah, that's definitely broken.
Jesus, dude. How fast were you stroking it?
You know, sometimes you just gotta go at it.
100 miles per hour.
That's what happens when you finally find the G spot.
It's just a little lopsided, and then what is this next one? That's
yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the good one.
Oh yeah, dude.
So what the fuck happened there, bro?
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking fell on it running.
You fell and that happened?
Yeah.
See,
were you running from a lion or a
it.
tiger or something?
No.
Jesus. That is crazy.
I have a question. Why were you running in general? It wasn't a requirement in civilian life.
No, I was playing softball.
Oh, okay.
This is a softball injury. It's a dangerous sport, apparently.
It is. No. It is when the field is terrible.
Those look like Brad nails going in there. He's like,
right?
Yeah.
the doc's like, fucking, we're out, guys. Pull that picture off the wall and take the nail out, and we'll just use that.
When they pull those out, when they take them out, you literally just go to the doctor's office. He grabs a pair of pliers and yanks them out.
Oh fuck, dude! Like a stitch, but a nail.
This middle one right here would not come out, dude. Like this fucker was not come out.
Grab those upholstery staples out from underneath the couch in the waiting room. We'll use those.
Damn. Zoom in on that a little bit. Zoom in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It broke both bones.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
That's a good one.
I never broke a bone a day in my life until this.
See, I can see that, but the metal coming out of the skin, man, that hurt.
Give you the heebie-jeebies, right? Down deep.
No, it legitimately hurts my leg to see stuff like that.
Really? Like your brain transfers that pain to your injured area? That's nuts,
it's just like bringing you right back to it.
That's wild.
Well, I wish I had the X-rays for Piper's hip dysplasia.
That's wild, man.
So like with Piper or whatever, you know, like you saw it like on Rebels or whatever, the actual ball is round or whatever. Hers are squaring.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. I thought it was a job well done.
So what were we saying?
I thought if you're gonna do something, you got to do it, really well.
Yeah, go big or go home, right?
Right.
No, so like like the ball of your hip, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, it's like nice and round. Piper's is squaring off on both hips.
That's weird. Is it?
Yeah.
So
that's what they call it. That's what it looks like to have hip dysplasia.
So the ball joint where the femur has that ball in the end and it fits into the hip socket, it's square rather than round.
Hers is square. Yep. Squaring.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that something they fix, or is it something that you just kind of have to wait it out?
Well, she's also got a fucking labrum tear too that we just found out about.
What's that?
So the big old muscle that stretches all along your pelvis or whatever, your quad, all that stuff is all connected to it or whatever. There's a tear right there, also.
Oh shit.
So as long as the squaring doesn't worsen, she can live with it the rest of her life. You know, and every so often she might have a little bit of pain or whatever. Or if it gets bad enough, they'll have to surgically repair it, and the surgical repair of that is breaking her pelvis in 5 different places, removing that socket or whatever, shaving it to a nice, round it off, and then putting everything back in place.
That sounds very unpleasant.
Yes. And she was like, and she's like, I just want to do the surgery. I said, no, the fuck you don't. You don't want that surgery. I'm telling you right now. You don't want that smoke. Because
then you're going to be hurting the rest of your life, too.
Yes. Especially with the scar tissue on that fucking... I would think that'd be worse than back surgery, honestly.
Yeah, that's why I'm nervous. I just, for my low back, I'm like trying to avoid that shit as long as possible.
Oh, dude, my back I've been on muscle relaxers all fucking day. I did something to my shit. Me and Ashley are just getting fucking old. I was like...
Yeah.
I have like muscle relaxers and anti-inflammatories. I just don't use them until I'm like debilitatingly in pain. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro, I was walking like fucking hunchback earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could not straighten up.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, that feeling is just horrendous because it's just so painful sometimes.
And then I tried to do like the stretch, like. Oh man, I can't even do it right now. That hurts so bad.
So there's one stretch that I do that works really, really well for low back pain. And what you do is you lay on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat, right? So your knees are bent. What you do is you take one ankle and you cross it over your quad, and then you reach behind your other leg's quad and pull it up and roll it up to you. And it
with my hip, I can't even do that.
It stretches all those muscles in your low back. You just do it to where you can do it, but you get a little bit of like pressure relief from it. At least I have.
So I went to.
I need to show you.
Yeah. So when I went to physical therapy on Friday, he had me do that exact same thing.
Yeah.
And I had to like assist my foot to prop on my quad.
Yeah.
It was fucking bad. It did not feel good.
I have to place my over across too, but that was one of the stretches that it definitely helps the low back. Does it cause a little pain in the joints, like in the hip and stuff like that? Yes. But it's short lived for the most part, like exacerbating anything that's already existing. But it does, that low back stretch does help, I've noticed. So if you can do it, I would recommend doing it for sure. If you're causing more pain than what you think you'll get relief from, I wouldn't do it. But you guys really want me to fucking do that shit?
I use a foam roller all the time.
Yeah. There's this other thing that I use too.
They work great.
Yeah, foam is nice, man. There's this other thing I use too. It looks like a big plastic contraption that you put have you guys ever seen taco holders?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looks like that, but it's plastic and it's large, right? It's probably about 8 to 10 inches wide or so. And what you do,
you just lay on it.
You lay on it on the front and you put it in these muscles that are really low on your pelvic bone. There's some muscles in there that you push. It fucking hurts, but man, it releases a lot of tension in the low back. I can't remember what the hell the thing's called, but
they're very low resolution photos, but I did find photos of my ankle.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Here's all different colors. This was like 3 days later.
Feet pics.
Had that.
Now y'all owe $5 to Rebel for these feet pics.
And then hold on.
Want me to close it while you're doing it? Oh, nice.
No.
Oh, God, dude.
That was the day of.
God damn.
Yeah, like a whole ass scrotum on your leg.
Yeah,
Right?
He's got a testicle.
That's my dead foot, by the way, too.
Like cold out? Damn, bro, that is fucking swollen.
Yeah, that's
My
Yeah,
my ankle injury was nowhere near that bad, but definitely.
I was in the
turned colors.
emergency room. This was in the emergency room. I was in there for 24 hours and never saw a doctor. I just got the x-rays and they left me in the 24 hours later. We were like, hey, we got to go. They were like, yeah, here's a doctor's appointment for 2 months later.
God dang. It's rough, dude. That's a pretty nice little swell you got there.
I'm scrolling through right now. I've got some post-surgical stuff. So whenever I came out of surgery, they took the cast off
Yeah.
or whatever, and my ankle was flexed, or my foot was flexed outward because it was so stiff from where they repaired it. So the doc didn't want to use any sort of like cadaver or synthetic or anything like that, so I reattached my old stuff. Yeah, that was fucking physical therapy I've ever been through in my life. It's gonna take me a year scrolling through Facebook for this.
That's what mine too.
I pinned your message there with our YouTube link for the shorts, so if you guys are on it, definitely go check it out. It's a pretty good one. It took me about an hour and a half probably to edit that, to get it right. I just kept shrinking it down as much as possible to get it to fit. Like 17 seconds, I think it is. It's a whole minute's worth of stuff that I crammed into a little spot. Bunch of cuts. It was good though. It's a good one. Penis flytrap.
There's one.
All right, standing by.
No, I'm not. I'm saving because that was my left ankle. This is all my right.
Oh.
I probably rolled like actual sprained between both my ankles 20 times.
So I've had one really good sprain, and it was the fucked up thing about it is it was me and my kids, and we all we did a family hike. It was a 6.5 mile hike up Iron Mountain in San Diego County, and when we were stationed down there, and all the way back, we made it all the way back. My daughter is 6 at the time, right? So we go through this whole ass hike. We get to the top, they sign their names in the book and everything, and then we go down to the bottom. The very last spot is the path goes through a tunnel of trees. Well, my daughter was like, I want to run. I was like, okay. So I'm jogging with her, and I just stepped wrong. All I did was step wrong. There's a whole ass fucking hike. Switchbacks, everything. Climbing over rocks, boulders, and stuff. And I get down to the bottom, and I'm just jogging with my 6-year-old to go back to the very end of it. And I step wrong, and my foot just fucking rolls all the way inwards. I hear this loud pop. I'm like, well, that's not good. So I'm limping my ass to the end, but black and blue, brown and yellow fucking bruising on it within a few days. And I swear to God, that shit took 3 months to feel better. And that was it.
Yeah.
It didn't swell really. It swelled a little bit, but it took 3 fucking months, dude. Ankle injury is no joke. Just based on my little minor injury and what y'all got going on, shit, dude. I couldn't imagine.
I've done that and then literally gone to work in 2 days.
Yeah.
Come back to work in 2 days.
So this is post-surgery. And you can kind of see how my ankle is jutting out. My whole foot is jutting out to the right.
Yeah.
Because of the way that it healed up.
Is that stitches right there, that line?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, those were stitches. And then
Yeah,
this
wow,
was when I rolled my left one.
Y'all fucking...
I almost tore my Achilles.
That looks swollen as shit, though. You have like Homer Simpson foot back there that's just straight down.
Well, but you can also, there's a little spot right here too that was a little discolored and all that. Like, whenever I went to the doctor for that one, they're like, "You're lucky you didn't tear your fucking Achilles."
It's pretty gnarly, man. I have a picture somewhere after I did LASIK surgery.
Oh, but I need to do that, but
Bro.
my prescription changes too much.
All right,
My
we're talking
eyeballs
about
were
injuries.
all bloody looking. It like just
Have we seen the hot thing on TikTok recently about the motocross dude?
No. While you're doing that, I'm gonna finish what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry.
They put a suction cup ring on your fucking eyeball, dude, when they do LASIK. And it's like a little ring, right? And then they put this thing over the front that smushes the front of your eyeball flat. So they can do the laser. They cut your cornea out, put the flap aside, and do the laser, and then put it back. But that suction cup, it just feels like they're gonna pop your eyeball, basically, is what it feels like. It's not like painful, but it's really uncomfortable. Which is, I believe, why they give you a Xanax before you go in there. But they put numbing drops in your eyes. So you just feel like the pressure. But what it left on my eye was just, it like pulled all the blood vessels to the front of my eye. So everywhere around my iris and everything, it was just all fucking bloody, like big splotches of red marks, and looked like a hickey all over my eye. It was weird as shit.
Oh, here's a good one.
But I'm okay, Rebel. I'm curious.
Did it cause it to like suction cup out? Like, did
my eye pop out? No,
no, like around just everything, like the skin, everything. Was it all like puffed out?
No, so they put that metal thing that holds your eye open like that. You know what I mean? That it fits, like, kind of opens your eyelids up. It fits under the bone there, that the orbital bone. Well, so they open it up, but it doesn't like make it feel like it's raised up or anything. You know what I mean? It just pulls all the blood into the normal vessels you have going through the whites of your eyes. It basically just pulled all the blood up in there, and they went from red to brown to yellow, and as it healed,
it looked like he got popped in the
fucking looks weird as shit, man. I could probably find a photo of it.
Catch some of the fights last night?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter the last fight. I think it is. They showed it. Went straight to fucking social media. All right, what do we got here?
Right. I did see this one. This isn't the original video, but it shows like the after and the original video.
All right, you got volume up?
On Moto social media. Check that.
Oh,
that is indeed
I did see that. I think I did see that.
Branch, almost a log right through these Garnet boots. And a few people, they weren't fooled by this at all right off the bat. They said this has got to be Photoshop. It's got to be fake. There would be blood everywhere. Well, other people will say that on an impale like this, a lot of times there's not hardly any blood until the object is removed.
Yep.
So
that's why you fucking leave it in.
50-50 as to who thought this was real and who thought this was fake. And then this photo came. Here's a photo on the trail of a different angle. You do indeed see a little bit of blood here. You know, identities marked out, but this looks like this was indeed a legit incident, guys, and this is crazy. If you start researching this, apparently it does happen. There were a few more pictures of this that have been documented, and ironically, they were all Garnet boots, which is just a coincidence because Garnet makes great products. But a bunch of people were on there saying they'll never buy Garnets because of this, you know, this happening and stuff. But
when you're going that fast,
that's gotta hurt.
I think any boot would be.
All right, guys, you have to see this.
That's
photo.
nuts, man.
So I saw that. I saw the original video of the guy riding.
Yeah,
he's literally riding. He hits it, and he literally he's like, "My foot's done. My foot's done."
Yeah, I just can't find that video.
Does it link to it anywhere? Like in that guy's.
You have to see this photo.
He doesn't even fucking.
All right, guys.
Link the original.
Let's see.
Clout chaser.
Right.
At least give credit to the OG.
All right, guys, you
See
have
if
to
I
see
can
this
find
photo.
it.
This has been causing.
They might have took it down,
They might have.
Just because it's so like.
but in the original video, you don't really actually see his foot. You just see him
Hitting something, right? He's just crashing or
hitting
whatever.
some, and then he looks down, and you see the stick sticking out, but you don't actually see it from his foot. You just see a stick there.
God dang.
Yeah, and you don't notice it like right off the bat. You're like, why is he saying his foot's done? And then all of a sudden he lifts his foot, and you're like, oh, okay, I see why. Here it is. I found it.
Oh yeah, there it is. Right there, he hit something.
Oh fuck!
And the
You can
stick.
see it.
see
You
it.
see it. Yeah, you see the stick.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
He,
When it's
and
slowed
he
down,
stops.
you can see it. Yeah, you see it right there. Go in.
Yeah, he
How did
actually
they-
pulls to the right and stops and goes, "My foot is done."
How did it get kicked? Was it sticking up already? I didn't even notice it. Like, or
I
did it
think he
get
just
kicked
got
up?
too close over there and it kicked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because you notice he was riding behind somebody too.
You can grab the bar down below too. I
Right
think.
there.
Yeah.
So it was just sticking up, and he rode by it and just went right
Right
through
here.
his fucking boot.
Yep,
and foot
that's the
and everything.
stick right there.
Jesus,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Talk about some dumb fucking luck. Like that's nuts, man. That
And see, something that goes that fast or whatever, like your
Oh.
nerves don't even have time to react.
he just
You can
yeah.
tell like there was a lot of force in that because look, his camera moves forward. That means like the bike even slowed down a little bit, and this top half kept moving.
Yeah.
See that? Like,
The
Yeah.
crazy thing is, it didn't even really take his foot off the peg down there. It was
That's
his
how good
boots-
those boots
The
are.
boot is gripped onto that thing so well. It just if it had given some, maybe it wouldn't have penetrated his boot and his foot and everything.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, I can't find the original on YouTube either. So
All right, here's another pretty gross one with JC.
All right, hold up.
Ooh, that's a finger in the door.
Ow. Car door.
Hold on.
Ow.
That is a
God.
rock on a stump.
What?
Yeah.
How? Like I don't.
So, like they were playing around. This is back when we were living in the RV park or whatever. When we were living in the RV, and she had her finger on this like old stump, and Piper was like yeeting rocks
Oh.
and like boulder rocks. They're probably about a little bigger than my face, and one of them fell on her finger. And
Ow.
what was crazy is like we didn't even know. We didn't find out till like 4 hours later.
Yeah.
So I think Piper was just so scared to tell
Don't
us
tell mom. Don't tell mom.
or whatever. And like JC wasn't even really doing anything about it. They went to like some of the neighbor kids' house,
Yeah.
RV and all that stuff, and we're doing. And then finally we come back home and I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, she broke the shit out of it.
It probably felt really hot. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get like an injury.
But
like
you can
that.
kind
It
of see
feels
where the
really hot.
scrapes. You can kind of
Yeah.
see where the marks are or whatever from where that rock actually fucking hit her.
Did it break?
And then
it?
you could see where it hit right here too.
Yeah. It looks like it
Yeah,
might have
it
broken
broke
it.
Yeah, it broke it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that little Vienna
Damn.
sausage right there.
well, you always wear gloves.
Well, they were just playing, and it would they were just literally just playing is all it was.
Jesus, dude.
Like even when I'm riding my side by side, I wear goggles.
I would, yeah. Shit, man, I wear
Oh yeah,
fucking
1,000.
I wear iPro when I'm using a like string trimmer and shit outside.
Skep
I
seems
don't
like
do-
the kind of guy though that he's weed whacking outside. And he's got a safety vest, fucking ear protection,
no.
the goggles.
I don't
He's
use
in the
ear
Navy.
pro, man.
No.
I do use iPro though.
He's got one of those hard hats that have the ear protection built into it.
It has 2 beer holders on the side too. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few things that I do wear when I use certain equipment, but like I'm definitely not one of those people that's gonna go outside and mow my lawn in flip flops. I'll tell you that much.
Can confirm
man.
Skep does not wear New Balances.
No, I don't. I wear Adidas actually. New Balance sneakers. No, I'm not a New Balance jeans fucking polo shirt kind of guy. That's not me. That's definitely
Skep.
older military guy though. That's definitely what they fucking wear.
Yeah.
Like we're
You wanna
going
bring
out
it-
in town, guys, and they wearing a tucked in belt with one of those woven leather fucking
braided belt. I was just about to
braided
say
belts.
braided belt.
and like
dude.
the end is like tucked into the side so it hangs down, you know? And then they have like
All right.
New Balances and jeans.
Bro, but
All
the,
right.
the hanging braided belt was hot back when like
That was 90s.
2000,
Yeah.
99, 2000.
That was early 90s too, bro. For sure. What you got,
All right,
Tuna?
we don't hate on the cargo shorts, okay, bro?
I
Oh,
like
I'm a cargo guy.
bro, cargo
Yes.
shorts are handy as fuck.
Yes.
And I don't wear the
You want-
ones that are poof out. I wear the cargo shorts that have like a
Yep.
slim pocket that don't stick out too far. You know?
Yeah. You want to bring back some memories real quick? Skip?
Yeah. I wanna see what you got, man. Oh, I love Hibiki, dude. I love Hibiki.
I love coffee. Wait, what?
Hibiki. Okay, so Hibiki to me is like whiskey, blended whiskey perfection.
It's literally hands down
And-
the best whiskey
And
to me, in
Yeah.
my opinion, that I've ever put in my mouth.
so here's what I'll say, and I know, and I feel like I can say this with confidence, is that Japanese whiskey, blended whiskey, because of the way that the Japanese people hone their skill, is that whiskey is done to perfection
Yes.
for many, many years. Like if you think about it, what do they say about sushi chefs, right? They take an entire lifetime of doing this one skill to be as good at it as they are. And it's the same thing with this whiskey, man. It is fucking phenomenal. Just
'cause they
it's
see
fucking
every-
phenomenal, dude. It's perfect.
They see everything that they do as an art.
Yeah.
Be
They
perfect.
get
What
to
is
be
that
the
fish?
best at it, dude.
That poisonous fish that they make? God, what it? It's gonna kill me now.
Pufferfish.
Yeah. What is it actually called though?
Oh fuck, dude! I don't fucking remember. But yeah, the one that you can actually they will serve in some places and you can eat it.
I was seeing like the chart, and it's really not all that hard of a cut.
Fugu.
Yes, fugu.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the fugu.
So
Yeah, it's a blowfish, but
Yeah.
they have to go. For them to be able to prepare that fish, they have to go to school for 4 years
bro,
before they can start actually serving that fish to the
Yeah.
public.
it's crazy, dude. They're the level of perfection that is strived for is just the highest of anywhere you'll ever go. It's nuts, man. Imagine doing one thing for your whole life just to be the best at it, or to strive for perfection. Like one thing, just one thing.
Dude, I could show you so many times of like us going out. Like the dishes that they prepare are insane.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
I'm surprised that most of
I'll
the
just save a few.
Michelin star restaurants aren't in Japan. I'm surprised by that. Just
Well, but,
based on just
well,
based
but I
on
mean,
the levels.
You've been out to some of these Japanese restaurants or whatever. There's not a lot of fine dining restaurants in Japan.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, dude, if people discovered them, like people who have some sort of staged or platform, or if they discovered them, it would be people would just flock to it, dude, because
1,000.
they're just insane. Like, okay, so for example, some of the best and I don't do pad thai very often. It's very I'm not a huge fan of pad thai. A lot of people like chicken pad thai or whatever Thai dish. It's popular. It's very Americanized, westernized, I should say, but I had some pad thai in a bar just outside of Atsugi, like outside the military base. and it was the best pad thai I've ever tasted in my life. It was made by a Thai woman. Obviously, she was the bartender. She owned the place, I think. And she would just cook. She had just a stir fry pan, like in the back with a burner, and she would make pad thai for you for like $5 US, and it was fucking amazing. It was the best I've ever tasted. And I'm not even a huge fan of pad thai, but it was fucking phenomenal, dude. I wasn't drunk, I promise. I was like one drink in. Because you know how food is after you get drunk. It's amazing. Like Taco Bell and shit. Oh.
The worst food is always
when
the
you're
best.
drunk.
Dude, good when you're drunk, but when you're sober, you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's like Jack in the Box tacos, man.
Yeah, they're fucking
know what?
phenomenal when you're half cocked.
I like those when I'm sober.
Right.
I love them.
I mean,
It's the cheese, dude, isn't it? It's the fucking slice of American cheese.
Just the
They put in
slice
that
of
bitch.
cheese. Yeah.
all right,
Good.
It's greasy as fuck. Yeah, it's just good, man. Yeah.
here's some of the presentations that we got in Japan.
All right. Like, I'm telling you, bro, these guys are just, it's perfection, man. When they do it, it's simple. I mean,
That was a dessert roll.
yeah. What
Look
was
at that.
Yeah. Piece of
See, my
fish,
problem
just-
is a lot of those places, like main dishes are seafood, and I fucking hate seafood.
Well, no. You can get steak, man. and
That is a alcoholic beverage in a pumpkin.
Like a pumpkin.
In a fucking pumpkin.
Okay,
know?
let's not tell all the basic white bitches about that drink, or there'll be fucking pumpkin spice.
Hold on. So, hold on.
Honestly, I gotta say, I don't understand too
Or
is how
AG.
Hibiki whiskey is the value of it is the way it is either. You know what I mean? When I drink that,
Okay.
it tastes like it should be several $100s for just a glass.
I'm getting some shit to me, by the way.
What, that whiskey?
Hibiki,
Yes.
yeah.
Hibiki?
It's just fucking
Is it
phenomenal,
expensive?
dude. No, it's not. You
So-
can buy it in the
well,
States.
Well,
If you
in the
buy it, it's-
States. Okay, so there's a difference. So
It's
what you
shipped,
can find
though.
in the States, is the Hibiki Harmony, which is not the blended. You can find the blended, but the only place I've ever been able to find the blended is online, and it goes for $350 plus.
I can
In
get the blended.
Japan, you can get the blended what?
I can get the blended here.
How much?
100%. Like $90.
Yes, send that now.
All right. As soon as it comes in, I'll get with the buyer at the base. And as soon as it comes in, I'll send it to you. Well, can you get shipments of alcohol in your state? That's the other piece. Not every state you can send alcohol to.
I mean, they
Yes.
have drive-through daiquiris, so I'm pretty sure they're okay with
Oh.
Well,
liquor
some
being.
postage places won't ship it.
Yeah.
But if in any
It's
case,
live. It's live yeast samples. That's what you put on it.
live yeast samples. In any case, when I come there for your retirement, I'll be there. I'll bring it with me.
I literally want a bottle for my retirement. That's what I want,
Yeah, so it's like the
or a couple
Hibiki
bottles.
Harmony.
In the blended, you want the Hibiki
Yeah.
blended.
Yeah,
That is the
Hibiki
best shit ever.
Japanese,
Yeah, but is
the
it got all the
Suntory is
fucking?
blended whiskey.
Does it have the freaking kanji and all that shit? Like it's not distilled here in the States.
Yeah, it's not from. It's imported.
Okay.
It's not like the 21-year-old blended, which is like $1,200.
Yeah, no, just the
It's
straight
the,
up
It's the
Hibiki.
Suntory blended whiskey, man.
Yeah.
But it tells you right on it, it's blended. Meticulous blend of the finest select whiskeys is about $90. That's about how much I-
Wait, hold up.
You lose me
Caskers
after
has
you
it
get
now.
after you get past.
Oh no, that's
like,
Harmony.
Jack Daniels.
Fucking
Which one?
stupid.
Harmony?
Yeah, it depends on how.
Do not get the Harmony. It's the blended. They have a bunch of different Hibikis.
Yeah, it's called Suntory Harmony.
Yeah, no, not that one. You want the blended. Not the Hibiki Harmony blended whiskey. Where'd that picture go? I'll show you.
Even that one's fucking phenomenal, dude. I don't know.
It's the Blender's Choice. Blender's Choice is the actual.
It's called Hibiki Blender's Choice.
Yes.
All right, let me see.
It is $279.
I don't know if I've seen that one specifically, Blender's Choice.
It's the Blender's Choice. That's the one you want, not the Harmony.
Well, let me see if I can get it, though. I might be able to. It's phenomenal. All of the Hibiki whiskeys are phenomenal.
Well, you had the Blender's Choice at my house in Japan.
Yeah. Did I? Yeah.
Yes. I'm not a fan of the Harmony because. Good.
I was just saying I've literally bought that here.
I've had the Harmony here or whatever, and I'm just not I'm not a fan of it. I don't know what it is about that Blender's Choice, but it is probably the smoothest
Oh, yeah.
Hibiki
thing ever.
Tory whiskey. Blender's
Hibiki's good,
Choice.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, it doesn't have it's not that what we're used to is that American bourbon style,
Yeah.
Southern whiskey. I don't know how to explain it. It's a lot more fruity tasting, maybe a little sweeter, but there's just something about it, man. It's just like fucking, it goes down so easy, and the flavors are just fucking immaculate.
$279 is the cheapest that I can see it online.
I'll see if I can. I'm gonna talk to the buyer here and see if they will order it. Because if you talk, they'll let you. They'll fucking let you know when shit comes in that you're asking for, too. Here, it's crazy. They're fucking awesome, and they're just the buyer that's at the exchange on the base.
Yeah, you knew the gig that I had in fucking Japan, right? At the shop at.
Yeah. You told me they tell you ahead of time when shit was coming in. Yeah, that's the same shit that you can get here. There's a person here that does the buying and stuff, and when it comes in, they let you know a little ahead of time so you can show up and get it, or they'll put a bottle aside for you. They definitely limit you to how many you can buy, but
see, when I was in Japan, there were no limits on me.
Yeah, see, here they limit you. So if they order and they get like a case of something, and let's say there's 12 in it, they'll let you buy one of those, but because they want to be able to put it on the shelf for other people to have it as well.
I'll show you this one.
But there's a few places, even the grocery stores here in town, they'll do the same shit for you. If you talk to the person.
This is going to show my dedication. And yes, Shiner, please sponsor me. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. You were the one that said you were the guy that was contacted first anytime Shiner came into fucking Misawa, Japan.
Shinerbot came once a year, and I bought 15 cases before it even hit this fucking shelf.
Mm-hmm.
When I knew, like, this was the pallet after I got a hold of it.
Like, give me this. Yeah, there's 2 layers at least missing. Before it went on the floor, we're like, where's the rest of this fucking pallet? Oh, fucking tuna got that bitch.
Yep, that's exactly how it went. And then when Screwball came out,
oh yeah, the peanut butter shit.
There's a whole case of Screwball, and me and my senior that I worked with, I bought 3 bottles. He bought 3 bottles.
Dude, Screwball is
that case is gone.
Good.
So, but when what I do is I mix it with chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream.
Yeah, it's a decent mixer. It's like
it is so good.
There's a banana whiskey that I got from like the grocery store from like Safeway. It was like $30, I think. I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. Terrible to fucking sip on it. Absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It is shit. But I mixed it with some like Dr. Pepper. I'm sure you can mix it with Coke or whatever. A soda and some ice. Awesome. It's awesome.
Dude, my guilty good.
I would say that a little bit of banana fucking hint to it is awesome.
I bet if you mix Screwball with like Younglings, it would be good. Like the Hershey Porter.
Ooh, yeah.
Like Screwball mixed with the
peanut butter chocolate
Porter,
like a Reese's peanut butter cup. I'm doing that. I'm actually going to do
a little
that.
sinker and drinker type of thing.
Hey, you're talking about the black and tan Yingling, right?
No, the Hershey's Yingling.
Oh yeah, the Hershey's one. Yeah.
Did they start moving Yingling west of the
I
Mississippi
heard
yet?
they have started to.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be in Texas now.
Yeah, it's in Texas now.
Never heard of it.
Yingling
It's
is
the oldest
like
brewery in the U.S.
Their regular beer, I heard, is pretty good. Their regular beer, but the Hershey's Porter is just a seasonal thing.
Yep.
So Yingling I can drink like one of. It tastes very sweet to me, so I can't drink a lot of it. Just
So
regular
it
straight up
doesn't-
Yingling. Tastes sweet.
I've never had it.
What I
It's
like about
good.
Yingling though is it's got flavor. You know,
Yeah, it does.
That's my biggest thing is like everybody's like, you know, I drink fucking Coors Light and Miller Lite and all these things, and I'm like, there's no fucking flavor to that.
Not as much as if you drink something that's a full flavor type of beer.
Yeah, and even lagers sometimes they don't have that much of flavor. But what I like about Yingling is it does have some pretty damn good flavor too.
Like
Yeah.
I like a Stella and stuff. Now and then it's expensive, and if you've ever noticed, like a Stella Artois bottle is actually smaller. It's not 12 ounces.
Yep.
What are
It's
they
like
10?
11.2 or something like that.
Oh yeah. I haven't had a Stella in a while.
1.2, and it's more expensive.
Yeah.
All right, that whiskey that you were talking about, the banana one, that's the one that Dana White promotes a lot. I think
It's not that
people were
good,
saying.
dude. Yeah. What is it called? It's like got a monkey on the front of it. I'd have to go upstairs and look at it and see. Remember what it's called? But
Skep's over here drinking 99 bananas and shit.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Yo.
not that good, dude. It's not.
19, here I come.
Yeah.
It's very.
Banana
It's kind of
whiskey?
like Conor McGregor's fucking whiskey, dude. It's shit. It's absolute
Is
fucking
it-
shit, dude. Yeah.
Scatterbrain?
He sold that for like $10 million, $20 million.
No, it was more, bro. It was like
Oh.
600 million, dude.
Was it?
600 million. Yes.
Let's look that up because I saw
Yeah,
like
look
he
it
got
up.
100
It's
million
out.
for the Floyd Mayweather fight, and then it was like
Bro,
I
I'm
thought it was
telling you,
20 million.
Yeah, his whiskey, he sold like 600 million, bro. Smart move. Shit whiskey.
Trying to.
It's
My
Is it
shit.
Howlerhead?
No, yeah, Howler whiskey.
Howler.
It was
Howlerhead?
600 million. Holy fuck!
It's fucking nuts, right? For fucking garbage whiskey, dude. Like $20 bottom shelf whiskey, dude. It is
Howlerhead
100%
banana-
trash.
Howlerhead banana bourbon.
proper 12 whiskey.
Yeah. I've tried Proper 12 and I will never fucking drink
You know
it
what?
again. It's terrible.
It's.
That dude
it's not
between
a
that
good
and the
drinking
Mayweather fight,
whiskey.
that's 700 million.
Dude, the
A
guy's a genius, man. I'm telling you, he's a genius. What he did, yeah. If it was him or
Proper- proper
Friday.
12 is a good mixing whiskey. Like if you're going for like a whiskey and 7-Up or a whiskey and Coke or something.
Yeah,
that's-
I will
that
say
can-
if you mixed it, it's probably way better than Jack Daniels. I would say, if it was to be a mixer, but it's fucking terrible, dude. Just straight.
If I were to mix whiskey, it would be with ginger ale, and that's about it.
This is the reason why this photo alone is the reason why I wouldn't buy it.
because he looks like he's trying to
Why?
poop.
Just he looks like one of those guys who's like, you know, he's just puffing himself up to make him look even bigger. He doesn't need to do that. He just
No, you got
teabag energy.
Yeah, I was
coming
about to say, did you see how big that motherfucker's gotten? That dude is
Yeah.
huge now.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can tell the way
I-
he's standing, he's puffing himself up even bigger than he
don't
needs
need
to be.
do that. He's already fucking yoked. I mean, you do enough fucking juice and you'll get yoked like that quick.
So
Bro, most of the people in the UFC fucking juice, man.
let's talk about the fights, though. AG was
I don't give
hanging
a
out
shit.
over there.
Bro. Just
They were good
disclaimer:
fights.
I don't give a shit if that's what they want to do. Fucking do it. But
Hey, if you got to juice up to get bigger, then just don't take a piss test.
do it, man. You know, I mean, they were fucking. They were.
I have no problems with it, like especially at baseball. Like
baseball, football, whatever. Do it.
everybody's so hurt. Oh, they're juicing up and they're getting big. So fucking what? It's making it more fun.
It's awesome to watch Barry Bonds fucking break the fucking world record of how many home runs were hit in a year.
Absolutely.
Even though he was juiced the fuck
Mark
up,
McGuire, all of them.
Yeah.
You know, when
When
Mark
it comes
McGuire
to
did it, and then Sosa did it, and then it's like,
dude,
why not? It's fun to watch.
Let them. They're the ones that have to pay the consequences from that shit later in their life.
Absolutely.
You know?
Like non-contact sports, I say juice yourself to the gills if it's good.
Yeah.
But contact sports, it's a little bit different. Like now you're going up against somebody, you can cause
Football.
some serious fucking damage.
Well, yeah, I mean,
look, those dudes are doing that shit in their training periods in MMA, man, and they're not.
Oh, I know.
And they're clean by the time they test. They're fucking jacked, and they're juicing, bro. 100%, at least fucking 70% of them, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would say, legalize it in baseball, swimming, stuff like that. I don't mind that, because let them all do it. Then it's on an even playing field. But when I'm okay with testing in like football, boxing, MMA.
There were methods that they were using to avoid it showing up on tests.
It was called The Clear. Have you guys not watched that documentary on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the lotion and the clear.
The Clear.
And it was fucking up the panels based on, what was it, their testosterone levels. It was like creating a gap difference in certain levels of chemicals they were testing in the body to where it wouldn't flag it as being used as a steroid being used. So what it was doing is just throwing it off the chart to where the difference they were normally measuring for, it wasn't measured for. So then they go, oh, it's a valid test. It's non-steroid use test because the test wasn't, it couldn't measure it the way they were trying to measure it, if that makes sense.
When John Jones tested and they're like, oh, it was nanograms, I guarantee you it was something like that.
It's there, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing it. You got no neck. Aviation gin, I haven't tried. I'm not a huge gin drinker, weed, but
so
I do like
Sean O'Malley though. That was one of the cleaner punches that I've seen.
Dude, that was beautiful.
It's on. Pull it up, bro. It's on Twitter and shit.
Aljo,
it's all over the internet.
And swung so hard in that punch and missed that he had nowhere to go. And even like Joe Rogan and them were talking about it. Like he knew it was coming. He even closed his eyes and was ready because he knew.
Close the mouth. Try to prepare.
He knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's all over there. They actually posted part of that fight right after the pay-per-view, dude. Made it available for people to watch because
yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to think of.
Dude's
Romanowski, Bill Romanowski in football.
The dude is hot right now, juicing. You know. Why not?
He was juicing and hurting people.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I agree. Like contact sports juicing, but fuck it. Like baseball, track and field, all that. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it makes it more interesting. Swimming, curling. Could you imagine like curlers juiced up? How good they could sweep, bro?
They'd be fucking out there.
They'd be making that thing do like zigzags across the ice and shit.
All right, what'd I miss?
You did not miss me looking like I was like jerking off a giant dick into my face.
Yeah.
You got it on, right?
All right. Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
He overcommits.
Can you zoom? Can you zoom that?
Ooh. Dude, so good. Such a good fight.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a few seconds where he kind of stopped defending himself. I think that's a pretty good call.
I think so too.
I don't agree with the cornrows on this dude, but you know.
Why does he have like a wannabe Conor McGregor tattoo on his chest?
He's had that his whole career.
You talking about when they stopped the fight?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good stop.
I think it was a good stop.
I
gave him a
see
chance.
the argument both ways. He is the champ.
Dude, he
You
would have
have
had
to give him a little bit of a chance, more of a chance.
I get that, but he rolled over. O'Malley had his back and would have just done more damage. It would have been over anyways.
See how he stopped
defending.
He rolled over. Yeah, when he rolled over, that's when I would have been personally too.
Yeah, it would have been over because O'Malley would have got his back and just pounded.
But could you? But what if he was rolling over for an escape to stand up? Because he was clearly
done that a long time ago.
O'Malley would have took his back and
maybe
put the hooks in and.
Well, then you should have let that played out.
He was still coherent. However, watch his fists, watch his hands. He wasn't really defending.
Right there, that first
he's
camera
defending. He's there. See that where he opens his hands up? He's not really defending at that point. He's not covering up.
Yeah, it was over, dude. O'Malley's just crushing him right there.
Yeah, it was good stoppage, man, for sure.
I do see the argument of like he's the champ. They should have, let it go a little bit longer, see what happened, let it play out. I've seen worse stoppages, but I've seen way better as well.
But could he have stood up? That's the other thing. Is like, could he have? Had he not stopped it right there when he turned over?
I don't think the outcome would have been different. I think O'Malley still would have won that fight.
Yeah,
even if it went to a decision. But that still was a little bit quick. Second.
Dude,
second round.
The Gary Magny fight was nuts.
He'd have been a little gassed from fucking getting rocked like that. Round 2. The remaining rounds that he'd have been a little sluggish, I would think.
I think it would have made it a lot more of a boring fight because once it got to the later rounds, all he would have done was took O'Malley down and just laid there and just
draw it
try
out.
To catch his.
He wouldn't try to stand and fight anymore after that at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched them all. They were good fights. They were alright.
I hate the fight. This is why I stopped reading these pay-per-views, is because I've been burned by a few of them where you get into the championship fight, the 5-rounder at the end, and it's over in like 30 fucking seconds. You're like, God damn it, I paid $60 for this.
But some of those are like, damn, like there's some of those 30 seconds fights are like that knockout.
Oh yeah,
is the highlight of the night, or that submission.
The problem is it's gonna fucking get posted on the internet like immediately afterwards,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing is the social aspect of getting a pay-per-view or whatever, because whenever you order a pay-per-view, it's not just ever you watches them, or you go out
to have multiple people over, hang out.
Yeah, that's the allure of it, because we used to do all of them, but what we would do is we'd do a cover charge type thing,
everyone chip in.
Yeah, everyone chip in, and I'd barbecue, do all the things or whatever, but it's like, hey, $10 a head, and that just helps pay for food and the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I got a buddy that does that actively right now. You know him, but it's 100% with the problem, man. I would do it. I'll probably do it one of these nights, and we'll just do like a Discord fucking
$5-10,
chill, man, and I'll just
BYOB.
It won't cost anybody anything. I'll pay for it, but like, I'd love to fucking.
You should do that one night,
guys. I will.
No. Sure. Just hit me up in the DMs.
No, I mean like we'll watch it.
I got you for free.
HD in like, you know what I'm saying? Not
they're HD quality, but it might cut out every now and then, and you have to switch streams.
We'll be
they
legit.
Get caught and get shut down.
We'll pay them their money. We'll be legit and we'll watch it. I'll do it if you guys want to.
Fuck, I'll do it. Me and Ashley love UFC, man.
I'd love to.
We just haven't watched them.
Like chit chat and watching.
I haven't watched it forever, man.
Yeah. The way we fight was good too.
Non-broadcast.
What was that?
The way Lee fight was good.
Yes, yes.
She made
She's really good.
almost look like she honestly shouldn't even be in the top 20. That's how dominant she was in that fight. It was ridiculous.
There was not a second that I saw that she was, because I think those are the two fights that I saw. I saw a little bit of the Magni fight, and then the last two fights I saw.
The Magni Gary fight, the Ian Gary fight was funny.
Dude,
it was actually hilarious.
I think the UFC that was one of the best moves they ever made, man, was to open it up to women fighting, dude. Because they fucking
sometimes
throw the fuck
I'm not gonna lie,
down,
some
dude.
of them can be boring though.
Not only that,
It's
open
like,
it up to the lighter weights as well, because it did stop at 170 at one point, and then they brought in the lightweights, but opening it up to the 45s, 35s.
Some of them, yes, but for the most part, what I've seen is, man, they just throw the fuck down, dude. Like they can brawl, dude. It is, yeah. I mean, when they opened it up, it was great because they had all these big names that you knew about that just couldn't fight in the UFC yet, you know, because they weren't open for women. And when they came in there, you were like, fuck yeah.
They brought up Ronda Rousey and everybody from
Gina
all those
Carano,
other,
Ronda, fucking, all them.
They brought them up from the, what was that other fight promoter?
Was it Strike Force?
Strike Force, Elite XD.
Elite XD, Strike Force, yeah.
Yeah, they brought them all up to UFC from there. And
bro, that was a good decision on their part, man.
Yeah.
It really was.
Blew up.
Yeah, you had Misha Tate, Kat Zingano.
Yep. Who was the one that's like juiced all of who was that one? She's from like
Cyborg,
yeah.
Cristiano Santos.
Everybody thought she's a dude.
She is 100% fucking juiced.
No, 100%. She has, at least in her past, has done the roids because her voice is deeper, her jaw is squared off.
Yeah,
like all the symptoms are there. All the symptoms are there.
Yeah, you can't really deny that one, but it was just fun to watch him, man. Like when you get in there, like I remember when Ronda Rousey was coming up in the UFC, it was like, all right. I mean, you could call the fight, you know how it's gonna end in an armbar, but it was just fun to like watch it get there.
I knew even in the earlier fights that eventually she's gonna get her ass beat.
They all did,
I'm so glad it was Holly Holm that did it.
She couldn't fight. She could just armbar. She could wrestle.
Her judo was fucking phenomenal.
Her judo was phenomenal.
That's what won a lot of things for her.
But as soon as she would fight somebody that could actually fight, like a good kickboxer and stuff, I knew she was going to lose.
Eventually, I mean, for the most part, unless they retire as a champion, they all lose.
Yeah.
You know?
You want to see a starstruck photo of Ashley?
Yeah. Was this the one with I think you showed this to me before.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it was. Yep. Yeah. No, there was a different one. There was a different one, I thought. It's you guys, Dana White.
UFC 104.
Look at those eyes. And that
Look
grin.
at you in your tap out shirt.
Hold on. Heard it.
Okay.
Dean Lister, dude.
Yeah.
The boogeyman.
I liked God, who was I liked
a fun fight, dude.
Fighters, man.
That is the ugliest handsome dude I've ever seen in my life. Dean Lister. Like he's ugly, but there's something about him that he's a pretty fucking good looking dude. He's just like flattened out. Like if you squished him up a little bit, he'd be fucking.
He's like a pug. They're cute, but you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you have breathing problems. Isn't that cute?
Pug's got like fucking awake apnea and shit.
Awake.
Oh my
you got all the apnea. You just got apnea at this point.
I wonder if they make like little machines for pugs, you know?
They need to. Pugs and
like,
bulldogs.
You know, sleep apnea machines for like little dogs that have fucking breathing problems. You know, I wonder if they make those.
Do dogs get asthma?
Pretty sure they do.
I don't know. I'm sure.
So I've never seen a dog take a breathing treatment. Or like a pup inhaler. Come here, Roscoe.
All right, breathe. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I feel like some of them should have like, you know,
pugs definitely. Bulldogs.
Machines.
Bulldogs are another one.
Bulldogs.
It does say dogs
pugs.
can suffer from this health condition too.
Dude, how many dogs you know
More
snore?
often associated with cats.
Fucking all of them. All dogs snore a little bit. My dogs snore. I had my dog Sadie. She has like daytime apnea, bro. She fucking like holds her head in the weirdest positions, and it's just, when she breathes, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know.
I feel like I got it because I wake myself up sometimes. I like my chin to my chest. And I can wake myself up going.
If you
snoring.
Yeah, I would say this: if you wake yourself up from snoring from a dead ass sleep, you more than likely have sleep apnea.
Oh, it's more like I just kind of fell asleep watching TV kind of thing.
I have it. I have sleep apnea. Like I've done
I probably
sleep
do
studies and shit, and I have sleep apnea for sure.
I've been diagnosed with it, but I had my tonsils taken out, but I have to go back again because I'm pretty sure I actually have it.
Yeah, it's and then when you can tell the difference when you use a machine from when you don't or you haven't, and you're like, I only slept 4 hours, but I feel like I slept for fucking an entire day and I feel amazing, then you know you for sure have it.
Bro,
I still sleep.
I need that.
With
I need that.
machine.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the waking up tired.
Yeah,
my problem is like
yeah.
way you'll notice for me, the way you'll notice is because I'll wake up and my mask will be off. So in my sleep, I took it off somehow.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just randomly in my sleep, fucking probably got all fucked up and not even paying attention and took the mask off. And I'll wake up, my throat will be sore. I'll feel like shit.
Yeah.
Do you wear just the nose one or the full face piece?
I wear face, like the mouth.
Like, yeah, nose, mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm afraid of.
I toss and turn them in my sleep.
You get wrapped around your neck and shit. You wake up with lines from the tube on your neck strangling you in the night.
I've pulled the machine off my nightstand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit.
What I'm afraid of is if I get a machine, like I'm a side sleeper.
That works, dude.
Like I don't know how that shit's gonna work.
Works.
It works still. But they make a mask, and I thought about buying it. It's expensive, and I don't know if the VA will pay for it. But it literally just goes up. It's right here. It goes over your mouth and just goes up to your nose right here. And the tubes come up the side of your head to the top of your head. And that's where the hose connects. So you can actually lay on your side, your stomach, everything with that particular mask.
So I would bet the VA would pay for it. Because do you have well, you've been out a while. So nowadays with sleep apnea, just FYI for the VA, this is for you too, Skip. They monitor. Like the machines they will monitor, and if you're not using it, you're gonna lose that benefit.
So you got to talk to your doc every so often, and have an appointment with them.
So I had to go back within the first 3 months 6 months. I can't remember.
And then every year or two.
And now it's every year. Yeah.
Yeah, but when did you get that claimed? Because I know a few guys. One of them, when did he retire? He retired, I think, in 2013.
I still don't have it on my VA. I got denied for it on my because I got it after I got out.
You can't. You could. I guarantee.
I'm trying.
Service.
You have to fight it. Yeah,
you got to connect it.
This is the first time. This is the first time I tried.
Yeah,
and got denied.
So it you don't have to answer, but what is your rating? If you don't mind me asking.
Mine is only 30% now.
Are you serious?
Is the second time I've fought it, and I'm still only at 30%. But I do have an appointment coming up for my anxiety, PTSD stuff. So it should go up again.
I was about to say, did you lie on your fucking psyche vow?
No. The first time I put everything in, they didn't even like try anything. They just denied me across the board for everything. This time I actually went to the doctors and everything, and they still denied me. For like my back pain, my knees, all my stuff, still denied me. All they did was just talk to me. They asked me, "Does it hurt?" "Yeah." "Does it affect your work?" "Yeah." "Okay." And that's it. They didn't send me for XRays, nothing.
Right.
I'll fight it again. It's just a process, you know.
It takes a lot longer at like AG's going through if you're out
after
and you have issues that have arisen from, because not everything happens right away. It could happen years later, like he's experiencing, right? He's experiencing effects from service years later after being out. And it's really hard to reconnect that stuff back together. And that's why that's happening. That's why Tuna, it's really fucking important for you to go to medical and get every fucking thing documented. Everything.
What do you think? So here's the deal with my career field. I will tell you here in a second after I look at this. Oh, okay.
So it goes over your mouth and up to your nose, and at that nose cup right there, there is little holes there for your nose.
Yeah, but it covers your mouth.
The side of your head. Yeah, it covers your mouth.
Oh man, that looks dope, dude. The one I got is down here.
Yeah,
bottom.
The tubes go over the side of your head, and the hose connects at the top of your head, like up here. Okay. So you can lay on your side, your stomach, everything.
And the piece at the top swivels 360.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you pinch off one side of the tube, the air just travels down the other side.
Other side.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask about that one. That one's fucking looks dope, actually. Work better. It looks like it would work way better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the one I got is regular full face, which is better.
But you do have to get sized for it. Like you're gonna want to get the correct size.
Of course.
If you get like,
that one seems like it would be a lot better.
I use a full face one, which connects down by where your mouth's at, and that thing can wrap around your fucking neck.
Yeah, it's the same thing I have. The full face, the regular face one.
Yeah, but this one looks fucking legit, dude.
Okay, that's gonna bring PTSD. I'm putting on a fucking gas mask.
Not really.
The way that dude just put that damn thing on, he is a military veteran. Guaranteed he's a military veteran. The way that he put that shit on.
Freaking.
Yeah, it starts from the bottom to the top. Yeah, Raph pulls it over and flips it inside
out.
1000%,
bro.
And then the hose connects on the top.
Yeah, bro, I swear to God, if they give me that fucking machine, I'm claiming PTSD on that shit alone.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I tried the nose pillows when I first started.
Yeah, this is
I'll mouth breathe in the night, so the air will just escape. So I tried a chin strap, which wraps around your chin. It looks like a
CPR mask, right?
Yeah.
The one I tried was a chin strap. And that's basically it.
Yeah, it's basically what it is right here.
Very similar.
Yeah, it's just like a CPR mask.
I call that the goose mask.
Jesus.
It's basically like oxygen in a fighter jet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the hose connects on the front, so you can't
I hate that.
And that's what I have. The strap on this one is nice.
Just pull it all back together, man. Like if you think, just go in and fucking do it. You know.
So.
Because this shit is caused by like stress. Because you could be well within or at like whatever body weight they think. Because they'll go, oh, you're overweight, and they'll tell you that shit if they're even close. Like, you're lose some weight. If you'll still lose weight and it'll still be there. So
that's just a nose. I didn't like just the nose. When I went and did my sleep apnea study, that's what they used was just a nose.
Yeah. But if you open your mouth at night,
open your mouth, it's just
it all goes out.
Air. Yeah, just air coming out. Yeah.
And you try a chin strap, which I tried, and it doesn't fucking help. It just escapes, and it sounds like you're farting at night. comes out of your
highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, I just so it
just so for people, it has nothing to do with. Well, a lot of it doesn't have to do with whatever your weight is, or whether you're underweight or overweight or whatever. It definitely is not that, because some of it is your brain. Some of it is from your brain doing it. Some of it is from your physicality, your body doing it. And they'll tell you when you do
probably physicality.
They'll tell you when you do a sleep study, what percentage is from your brain signals telling you to like stop breathing, or from your body actually doing it.
So for me, what it was, so I was strep throat all the way my entire fucking young life. And because I had strep so much, my tonsils just were consistently swollen into my adult life. And they were so swollen, they would cause me to stop breathing in my sleep because they would go together and cover up, and make that barrier. So they had to remove them.
Yeah.
And that's why, I like, you could ask Ash, I was narcoleptic at some points, just because I was not getting the right sleep. And now I'm still not getting the right sleep, which is why I'm like, I probably still do have it. I just got to do so here's the thing.
Bro. You need to go.
Do it now, especially with you being in. Still.
Do it while you're in.
So my thing, so right now, like, now I have this new problem with my fucking back that just, decided to start today. But they are so hyper focused and tunnel visioned on one thing or whatever. Like, they would not look at my hip until I was almost done with physical therapy for my shoulder. And for us or whatever, my whole entire job is dependent on my arming status. Can I carry a gun or not? Yeah. I go in for one little thing or whatever. Doctors are going to recommend that I can't arm. So now I can't do my primary job. If we can't do our primary job for 12 months, they look at either booting us or cross-training us into a different job.
It shouldn't affect anything like that.
It does. That is my whole entire career field.
Yeah, it should not.
Well, no, it's not necessary. Well, while you're going through like all the diagnoses and all that stuff of sleep apnea, yes, it will. Because if you're not getting the right sleep, the way they look at it, you're not getting the right sleep, you can't make those split-second decisions that you're supposed to. Like, that's how far in depth that they go to with us. Like, I get muscle relaxers. The muscle relaxers that I am on right now, even though I only take them before bed, I still cannot arm because of it. Like, it is so bad for us. And that's why, like, I'm 2 years out right now, just literally constantly going to the doctor for every little fucking thing.
Yeah, well, that's right usually now. From years of being beat to shit, that when everything starts to affect you, if you stay in long enough, things start to affect you at that point because you've been in long enough for it to happen. So if they tell you can't arm or you can't do this or that, now's like the time to fucking go in and be like, all right, well, I sit at a stoplight when I'm driving home and I'm fucking feeling like I'm going to pass the fuck out. Cause even though I thought I slept for 7-8 hours,
So my job now, I don't have to worry about it because I'm not on an arming status. So it's just like, I don't care.
So go.
Like ever since, what do you think I've been doing, motherfucker?
Tell them they need Ash to say.
So
I've had to wake him up in the night because he has stopped breathing. That's what they need, and they will fucking hook you up in the appointment right away.
I don't think I'm gonna have a problem getting to that 100% with everything that I've had. Like as soon as, mental health for us. My career field specifically is a huge thing. People say that, mental health, it's great to go get help and all that stuff or whatever. But in my career field, there's still a stigma. 1000% there is a stigma. Me, if one of my guys say, hey, I need to go to mental health, I'm like, all right, cool. Go ahead. Let me know what you need. Yeah. And I work with them because I know that people need to talk. You have to get shit off your chest. You cannot compartmentalize it. And for me, that's saying don't compartmentalized. I'm calling myself out, I don't do that. But all these other guys, like I used to be able to look at one of my guys and be like, hey, what's going on? And they would immediately fall into tears. And I would know that something was off. And they're like, well, I'm scared. I don't want to go talk to somebody. I'm like, bro, go talk to somebody. It's between you and me. And I would send them home. Hey, go see somebody and then call me in the morning and we'll chat. And then we go from there, but for somebody like me, I don't practice that because it's like, I'm just going to press through it because nothing is affecting me that bad to where I can't make a split-second decision. So the second that I do go, guess what? The second that I do go, it gets reported. It's not anonymous. I'm going to tell you right now, my career field, not anonymous. People are going to know, and then boom, guess what? Now you lost this arming status.
The only person that is supposed to know is whoever your CO is.
Nope. That's not how it works whenever you're in in the Air Force, specifically in an arming status.
Well, what happens is they can't say specifically what's going on, but what they can say is you can't be on a watch, you can't be on a type of duty, but that's all they're supposed to say. And anything beyond that is well beyond what anyone else is supposed to know.
So here's the deal. We have an arming use of force monitor. Every squadron has one. They are HIPAA trained and are allowed to know everything that's going on because they act on behalf of the commander. And when those notifications come through, they actually talk about anxiety, depression, suicidal ideations, all kinds of shit. Well, so that stuff comes through with all of ours, and no matter what it is, now we can't arm. And this is what it goes back to is I can't arm. I can't do my job.
Well, here's the thing, though. What I'll say is you doing your job, and in your mind, you feel like you can do your job to 100%, right? But what if you are wrong? That's the thing is you may think that, right? Because think about it like in my position, right? What I deal with this a lot. I deal with mental health for sailors and anyone who comes to me a lot. And the most important thing is obviously them to get help, get what they need, so they can get back on track, right? And that's how I deal with it. Like, I don't think any less of them, and I remind them, like, this is between you, me, my CO, and maybe our executive officer. Is you're going to do those things, and I might tell your immediate supervisor you're going to have some appointments. You're going to tell them you have appointments you need to go to, so you got to leave work. But the most important thing is that they get taken care of, because if you don't, then they're not performing their job to 100% of their capability, and that is a fact. If you're not in the right headspace, no matter what I'm telling you right now, bro, is like you have these things going on and you feel like you can still carry out your duties in your job, but there's a possibility that maybe you're not at 100% and that you're only operating at like 80% of your capability and you don't know it. So then you open yourself up for the opportunity of something bad to happen, which none of us here would want, or nobody would want, based on the fact that you're like trying to tough it out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I get that, but I've also been through way more things than what any one person probably should be through. And AG could probably agree with this one too,
What I'm saying, bro, is like
you learn the compartmentalization of when you need to be at your tip-top shape at the 100%, and then you carve out time to be not 100%. And that is the way that my career field specifically was raised to do. That's how they programmed us, brainwashed us into doing things. And nowadays, because mental health is a huge thing, and I 100% agree with it. Hey, go get the fucking help you need. You have to. It's great to. But AG, probably can back me up on this or whatever, but there's certain things that happen with a certain few people that you only talk about that certain instance with those certain people.
Yes.
Am I wrong with that, AJ?
I got the same group that I talk to for shit that I have to deal with. So, like, important to have that, yes. But we can't, like, in a position where you're responsible for other people, you can't tell them to do one thing and then not do it yourself, especially if you are dealing with things that are similar.
Well, that's where I disagree on that, right? AG's not muted. I think he was trying to say something. Go ahead, AG.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Daughter was talking to me. But I agree. Yeah, I'm better now with that. Like, I used to not talk about anything at all, period. Because in, combat arms in the Army, you got mental issues or you have problems, you're a pussy.
I know that's not an Army, it's not a Navy, Air Force. That's a male thing. All men.
It is, but it isn't. In the military, it's different.
Yeah, there's a line.
I think it yes, it's a male thing, but I think when it comes to the military instance or whatever, it is magnified a lot more.
Everything's military grade. Everything's magnified when it gets into the military and stuff like that. But yeah, that's an issue all men have, and all men need to know that it's not.
I agree with
you're not any less of a man to go talk to somebody, go get help that you need. There is people out there that do care, because a lot of men that feel like they don't. I'm not going to tell you my problems because you don't give a fuck. There is.
I don't want to seem like a pussy or anything like that. It's a similar thing in the military. It doesn't matter what branch you're in.
Or my outlook on it
doesn't.
But
go ahead, AG.
Obviously, I'm better now. With that, I don't hide it. I have no problems with talking about any of the parts now. But even when I first got out for the first while, I've been out almost 10 years now. I've been out, and it's taken a long time. It has. This is the first time I'll actually go talk to a therapist, a person about it, and try to get it put on my VA. Because when I first got out, I was still in that mindset of, if you have mental issues or you have problems from the military, you're a pussy. And that's just how it was.
Yeah. And the way that I look at it, Skep, or whatever, because, you're talking about, like, go get help, go to help, or whatever. You're trying to be there for your people. I look at it as this, and I know what I can do. I've been tested, on those days where I'm not 100%. But the way that I operate and can compartmentalize is insane. Even Ashley and the kids have seen it. How I can I quit thinking on that side, and I do that at work. If somebody else is having a problem or whatever, so I'm at the leadership level. If one of my guys is having a problem, none of my problems or whatever are greater than their problems. So I'm going to be there for them, and then I will, outside of work, do whatever I need to do to deal with whatever I'm dealing with at that very second. And that's what I do. And I know that I am, for me, that's not something that I should be proud of. I should be the one that should just bow down and say, yeah, it's not. It really isn't. But I've learned how to do it. And I learned how to do it prior to me even being 21 years old.
So I know where you're coming from, and I know what you're saying because I've been that person before. You get into this mindset, and sometimes you get this fatigue, right? It's called a caretaker fatigue. I don't know if you've ever felt it before, but
Every day.
It's really where you absorb energy from people and you start feeling their pain, right? What they're going through, you feel for them, right? And it draws an emotional response from you because you care. And when you're in a position like that, you're dealing with your own demons, the things you already have to deal with. And then to top that off with, now I have this person I care for and I want them to seek help and get help. You're compiling that on top. There's only so much compartmentalization you can do. I can compartmentalize very well. However, there becomes a point in time where it becomes extremely difficult. And it's probably better than trying to go, I'm good. I know how to deal with this. I've dealt with it in the past. It's better to go to talk to somebody about it, to find different ways to alleviate some of that pressure. Because the pressure can be from what you're already dealing with, and then adding on someone else's stuff to it. The pressure becomes so great sometimes that it can make you crack, and you never know when that's going to happen. You don't know. You could think you're the best at handling shit and compartmentalizing things and dealing with little bits at a time, but there may come a time when you crack and you won't even see it coming. And that's because you didn't talk to anybody, you know? Even talking to like Ash, like let's say you talk to Ash, right? That's an out. That's an out for you to unload some of that stuff, to unpack it and unload a little bit of it. It's personal, but it is a way of unpacking things. Talking to your spouse or doing something that is like a therapy for you. Like therapy for me, I like taking care of plants. I go like shooting guns and shit like that, right? Yard work, whatever. That's like a therapy. But there comes a point when you're dealing with so many things yourself, and then you add on somebody else's issues that you absorb because you empathize, right? You take on their emotion. You want to help them. And now you're not only concerned with their well-being, you're also concerned with all the other things that come with that, right? How is their family? How are they doing? How are they performing their job? Now that's affecting you. So I'm not like trying to convince you, bro, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, when you get into a position like you're a leadership position, and you start taking on things from other people, it just stacks onto what you already have. And you can only compartmentalize so much before you crack, and you don't know when that's going to happen. So you have to talk it out, whether it's with therapy or a person or doing something. Sometimes we don't have those tools. We're just normal dudes. We don't have the tools. We're not professionals in that field. Those counselors and those psychologists, psychiatrists, whoever, they're fucking professionals and they know how to do that shit.
And that's the thing. I've never hit that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think we've talked about it before, with like Ash is my rock, always has been. And, we have this thing where I could just text her or whatever. And as soon as I get home, I don't get talked to. I don't get hugs. I don't get nothing. I come sit in this chair and I do what I do or whatever, do my grieving, whatever I need to do for that specific incident, whatever may have happened or whatever. And then I'm good to go. And then I can talk to her right after that. I don't think I've ever hit that point to where I've compartmentalized too much.
Yeah,
I've always had
when it
something.
happens. You won't know when that's gonna happen. That's the thing.
Well,
that's what I'm getting. That's my point. Is you won't know. You think you're doing well, but you may not be.
And I think what's great for me right now is the job that I'm in. I don't have to worry about arming every day. I don't have troops that I have to worry about. I don't have to do none of that. I've got 2 years till retirement or whatever to figure me out.
Yeah.
Take care of me. Because it's like with my physical therapy, with all my doctor's appointments, all that stuff, even all the stuff that's going on with Ash right now. I look at my boss and I'm like, hey, I got this. And they're like, okay, cool, whatever. That's fine. Do what you do. Just add it to the calendar. Like, I don't even have to tell them about it. As long as I add it to the calendar or whatever, they're not going to wonder where I'm at or what I'm doing. I disappear for a 2-hour lunch. They don't give a shit. So I think like right now, like I think all the cards for me are falling into where they need to be. So I don't become a person I don't want to be.
You should go and talk to somebody though to get it put on paper. So you
that's
can
coming.
Get it put on your VA.
So I've been avoiding that since 2010. When I came back from the desert, because they do the post-deployment health assessments or whatever, and it comes up every single fucking year. They're like, how are you? Because this is what you wrote down in 2010. I'm like, I'm good. I tell them what they need to hear.
Post-deployment health assessments?
Fuck yeah, they do.
Mine are all fucking magically gone.
Dude, I can log on to my stuff right now, and one of the literally things it says freaking possible PTSD.
Yeah, mine are all magically gone.
If you look at Army stuff, it's like what post-deployment health assessment?
Yeah, you never did one. Yes, I did.
You must not have done one. Yeah.
It comes up every year in my freaking my PHA, public health assessment.
I think I want to go back to what Rebel said, man. And I was talking to somebody recently who's going through a lot of things, and I made it a point to tell them directly, like, as dudes, as men, we have to fucking put that bullshit aside of, that
machismo, that macho-ness.
The macho-ness, and be like, you know what? If the person sitting in front of you or next to you is truly a real man and your friend, they'll talk to you, man. You'll be like, hey, what's wrong, bro? You good? They're gonna fucking talk to you. It may not be like all huggy and feely and shit, but they're gonna talk to you and it'll give you some time to like talk about what's going on with you, And that was the same thing I told this person. We got to take better fucking care of each other as dudes, instead of, you can be a fucking man, alpha, whatever you want to call it, and still talk to your brothers around you and have that cadre of people around you that you care about and that they care about you, and you can go to them with fucked up shit, and they're going to listen to you. And it's going to get shit off your chest and make you feel just a little bit better, Like I told him, like, dude, if you want to come in and talk to me, this rank that I wear on my chest, I'm not going to fucking wear it at that point in time. If you just want to be you and me as human beings and talk, like, I'm all for it, man. And I think people need to be at that point too, especially in the military, that
I know
people put rank too far ahead of things, and I fucking hate that, because we're all human beings down to the core. This is just some shit we wear,
I went through some heavy shit recently, and Skep, talking to you definitely helped. Like, you helped me through it. A lot of people did, but you were one of them.
People just,
military just don't. It's hard. It's hard to explain, especially if you weren't in the military, to people on the outside. It really is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not. You just have to talk.
You know what I found though is there are people that I have talked to that have never been in the military. Just on a homie level. Not professional or anything. And those people are actually, I think, have helped more than the ones that have been in the military.
Yeah.
I honestly think.
You still have too many people in the military that are on that military mindset, or who were in the military. They still have that military. Yeah.
That's what I was about to say, that they weren't
Take
tainted.
your motion, drink your water, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Want some Midol?
No, it's ibuprofen. But
Motrin.
Same thing.
Specific.
Yeah, it's ibuprofen 800s.
Yeah, to be specific. It's all the flavors of Motrin.
Yeah.
It's been
the Skittles.
Yeah. It's been some of the homies that, never served, that have been better to me than anybody else. That have been in.
It's understandable.
Because I can share something that, I went through with, we both went through the exact same fucking situation. Same time. We were brothers standing together. And all we do is go back, get drunk, cry about it, whatever. But the ones that help you through it are the ones that didn't go through it.
Because they're on the outside of the looking glass, man.
Exactly. They can play devil's advocate for you.
They're the ones that can look at it from a perspective that is not the one that we have, the one that you have. And maybe even unpack it a little bit better.
Yeah. Like AG, what was it? Last episode, a couple episodes ago? Whenever he was talking about fucking, just decimating a fucking building, I'm like, fuck yeah. That's fucking America, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking legit. Somebody outside looking in is like, bro, you went through some shit. That day, and it's like, you have to be able to look at a different angle. I can look at it from a different angle, but, being in, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that shit too. Like, oh, I'm fucked up too because of that, because I've been through a similar type situation.
Yeah, that was an interesting
desensitized.
Exactly.
Not
I mean,
tainted.
we talked about we talked about that desensitization. Last time Ashley wasn't on here?
Yeah, it was a few times.
Yeah,
episodes ago.
Yeah, completely desensitized to anything anymore.
Yeah, and that's synonymous with compartmentalization.
I blame the
It
internet
is.
for desensitizing me.
Oh, the internet's bad about it, dude. I think it turns people into fucking like psychopaths, man.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
But I mean,
they can't
the
go
thing
back
about it
to
is
the human element. Yeah, the military, at least they train you to be a human being again.
That's the thing. Talking to Rebel or whatever, he'd have a whole different perspective than what I would talk about with Skep and AG. Yeah. He'd have a whole different perspective because he's never been in.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what draws me to talk to somebody, is somebody that's doesn't deal with that. I'd rather get outside help than somebody in the fucking military.
Yeah.
Because even talking about, somebody that's in the military, mental health professional, dealing with only military or whatever, they've heard a bunch of different fucking stories. So they're going to tell you something else besides somebody that's never been in. So you're not going to get that perspective.
I think you got a point there, man. They get desensitized to it too.
Exactly. They do.
And then then maybe as a bias happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, this guy had that same shit. You could deal with it the same way.
Because they don't look at it. They don't look at it from the person to person aspect.
My upcoming appointment is actually with a civilian doctor.
Are they affiliated with the VA?
Who's affiliated with the VA?
Yeah, that's
better than full military.
Yeah, true.
They're so over, capacity right now. They can't. They don't even have enough people, which is fine with me.
Everything is right now.
But
you get an appointment for anything, it's freaking 2-3 months now.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, AG. Finish what you're saying, man. I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good. It was just good to a point where it's like, because I've been fighting it still for the VA stuff. And with my other stuff that I put down, just the regular, the joint pain, all the pain, back, feet, knees, ankle, everything. They still denied me. So, which makes me think that these guys have done it so much now already that's where they're at too. They're desensitized. They just didn't even give a shit.
They think that everybody has that problem. It's not a problem. It's normal.
Yep.
That's how I
That's
feel.
the problem.
Even just trying to get disability with a paralyzed foot, PTSD, and all kinds of different fucking issues as well. Yeah, it's just
here's what I've
anything. It's
learned.
like we've seen so many people.
Here's what
It's
I've learned:
all the federal government.
having family members who have tried to get disability and then have successfully done it. The ones that have successfully done it have hired a lawyer.
Yep, that's my next.
Yeah.
The only way they fucking get through to these people to understand what the fuck's going on is they hire a lawyer who can speak that language. Because until you do, they're just gonna fucking draw this shit out forever, man.
I don't feel like it's like that can speak their language.
I'm telling you, the lawyer will get their pay when you get your back pay. They're gonna find a date sometime in your life and go, this is where it happened, and this is how much we owe you. The lawyer's going to take some of it, yes, but you would never fucking get it if you didn't hire them, which is bullshit.
And usually they only take a portion right off the bat, and that's what they get paid. They're not going to take that for.
Yeah,
it's just the initial.
Right. You have to hire a lawyer, man. If you really
interesting fact. Ashley is going through that right now. She's trying to get the hardest thing to get is to go from 90 to 100. Everybody knows that. That's what Ashley's at. She's at 90.
Slice. If you're at 90 and you get another like 20%, it's only 20% of what's remaining.
Yeah. So you have to get the 30 to get the 10. It's that 30% loss of quality of life to get to the 10% to get to that 100.
Yeah.
So Ashley's been trying to fight it or whatever. And I kind of looked over some of her stuff and I'm like, some of this could be split, and I know a guy that used to work for the VA, and I called him, trying to get ready for retirement. I talked to him about Ash and all that stuff. Ash is now, she just got a lawyer.
Yeah.
And the way that you send over all your stuff and then they're going to decide if they're going to take it. Right. And everybody knows that a lawyer is not going to take something unless they think they can beat it. Because it's all about money for them. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they can't earn money off of it. They're not going to do it.
So the way that this contract works out is they will take 20% of her back pay. That's it. Yeah. So you don't have to pay up front. You don't have to do all this stuff. So if you don't get back pay, guess what?
They don't
make no money. Exactly. But so the way that they do it is they're going to file a motion with the VA at a certain date, right? And then if it takes 2 years to fight it or whatever, that motion is the date that the VA will pay you at. So they're going to get 20% of whatever that 2 years is of whatever you're up, whatever you go up.
Yeah.
Which at that point, who gives a fuck? You're not out any money, and that's what she's doing.
It's a small price to pay for longevity and being compensated that way.
I feel like I'm going to do that once that we move and get all that situated, start making money.
Yeah, because that's my next route. See, this last time I went through a company, but it's not like just a straight line.
Yeah.
They just do the stuff to help veterans.
And then you have to submit it.
My next route is I'm hiring a So I will be hiring a lawyer after I do this, this last appointment.
So I feel like they're trying to save money and only give it to, this person hired a lawyer. They must be really serious about it. Let's give them the money for it.
Anybody that does VA disabilities, they ingrain it in their head that we have got to save the government money. It's ingrained in their head. Do not give it. So like the way that the VA works, if you're at a 74.9%, that's what your shit comes out to. Is 74.9. If you don't have like strong verbiage or whatever, because at that point at 74.9, they can make a determination. they can bump you to 75. And if you get to 75, they have to round up to the next denomination, which would be 80. You know, if not, it rounds back down to 70. So that's where the verbiage, which is where a lawyer or a doctor comes in to make, you know, to help push that little bit up, you know, for that those rounding purposes.
Yeah.
You know, that's what my buddy, you know, whenever I was talking to my buddy or whatever, that's what he said straight up. You know, the first course they went through was saving the government money.
Well, I
all
mean,
these guys that are doing VA shit.
You got to think too how many times someone's going to get pushed back and told no. There's a large percentage of people that are just going to fuck it, I give up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They just save the government money by doing that. You know,
I've been one of them.
Yeah, you can't give up on those people because if you do, they win in that aspect. Even though you deserve the compensation, however little it may be, you know, you deserve the pennies of compensation you get compared to a lifetime of fucking being disabled in a way that it affects your life. I mean, you know.
So, AG, you went through a company that they basically like you had to go to some doctor's appointments or whatever, and then you had to submit all the paperwork yourself.
No, they did the paperwork also. They helped and did the paperwork.
Ashley was looking into one of those, and she went through the lawyer because she heard some stories about an outside company doing something. So that was just my research purposes.
And this is, you know, through them, and
you cut out.
But it's them, a group of people, and they're still in the military, and they use American Legion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it obviously didn't work out very well.
Well, remind me. So what I'm going to do in the morning is I'm going to call my VA buddy or whatever, and I'm going to see if he's good with me sharing his number with you, and then the company the law firm that Ashley's working with, I will send you their information.
Well, there's a buddy of mine here. He's retired Air Force, and he went through this lawyer, and I'm gonna, because he's local, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just tell people now, bro, you just fucking lawyer up quick because they're just gonna fucking keep.
Yeah, from now on, that's what I'm gonna do too.
That's how you know that. This is how you know that you're watching an old person's podcast. Is we're starting to talking about like how to get disability,
bro. Listen,
like,
man,
you're not gonna hear that from like a 20-year-old fucking like.
That's because they don't think about that shit, dude. I didn't think about it. But this information we're giving out right now could be very beneficial to somebody.
Very, very.
You know, that may not have thought about it.
At any age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for like Tuna, right now, you need to go get all that shit put on paper.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it.
As soon as you're about to get out, I would just go straight to a lawyer also.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go through any of the bullshit, wouldn't go through any of the other crap. Just get all that shit put on paper and go straight to a fucking lawyer.
So 9 months out, I'm getting every single piece of medical record that I have. And then the day that I have 6 months till I am fully retired, I am submitting it. And if you submit it within 6 months of you retiring, they have to give you a rating prior to you getting out.
Yeah.
So what I plan on doing in that 9 months getting the medical records, the reason for that is to go and talk to the attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
And they can make a determination and help you out with those types of things. Yep. Because within the 6 months of you getting out is when you do all your interviews and all of that stuff to help you along. But if you put them on that, you know, payroll per se, because they won't be on payroll at that point, but they will review all your stuff, then you already have somebody, and it's a lot easier time right after you retire if you don't get your rating. But you should have your rating within 2 months of your actual retirement date, so you have a little bit more time to fight it and all that. But then you're going to check literally the day you fucking retire.
Yeah. So little trick
that's
that I've
my plan.
No, AG's not muted. A little trick that I have learned is Right now, you're a couple of years out. You can go get your record and make a copy of the entire thing, front to back, everything. Make a copy of it for yourself to hold in a safe or whatever. Every time you visit medical, ask for a printout of your visit. Ask for your summarization, the one that's going to go into your record. Get a copy of that, add it to your record. Because things just happen to, I don't know, be misplaced or maybe not get entered because a lot of it has gone electronic.
No, they just get taken out and magically disappeared.
Yeah. A lot of it has gone, we've gone electronic in the last decade or so, where most of everything's moved electronically. However, you still have a paper record somewhere. They'll keep it. Make an entire copy of the entire thing. Print everything off on your electronic record. And any visit after you've done that, get a copy of your summary sheet from your visit every single time and add it to your file.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, there could be something in there that is just, like AG said, magically not there anymore.
So all of my off-base appointments or whatever, I always like with my shoulder, I'm waiting till the physical therapy's over or whatever, and then I'm gonna get with the surgeon, and I already have half of them already, all the way up to the surgery. But then post-surgery, like I've already got all that. Like all that shit sits in my email.
Yeah,
you know, I've got it all sitting in a folder. I've got it all in a folder or whatever, and not just in email, but also, you know, have it saved on other platforms. I just haven't printed it out yet, but it's there, you know, that I will not lose to be able to access it. You know, and what I'm going to do is physical therapy. When my physical therapy is over for my shoulder, I'm going to ask them for those, not just from the orthopedist that they get, because I also want the soap notes.
Yep.
You know, I don't just want the overall, you know, charts. I want all of the notes from all of my visits. Yep. You know, we're talking thousands of pages of shit that you could get.
Well, yeah, I think I'm on volume 2 of my folder so big right now for my whole career that they cannot fucking open the little 2-prong thing anymore and add pages because the fucking spines are so big. Like, you're on volume 2.
You got like a little millimeter.
Yeah, it's one of those paper fucking folders, but it's so fat now you can't fit anything else in it.
Oh.
You know, I mean that happens after you've been in a while too, but yeah, you get to volume 2 and you're like, fuck, I'm old.
Yep. Scap isn't on like one of those manila folders. He's graduated with binder.
I'm not on the new fucking accession folder where it's like 3 pages inside of a fucking little yellow folder or whatever. It's a book.
Well, but that's chapter 2 of front and back though too. I'm sure.
Chapter 2 is building up. You know?
You're how old? You're only in chapter 2? Damn.
Yeah. I wasn't like a fucking book. I wasn't a med bay commando, I'll say that. Maybe I should have been a little bit smarter about that, but there's a lot of people that do that, and I just never been one of them. So if I was to go back and change something, it'd have been that. But too late, you know.
Well, boys, I have got to get off it.
Ready to call it?
I got to get my wife to bed.